Mingalaba, welcome to Myanmar Today. I'm Henry Zin. We've got the latest news and reports. Still continuing on Luto news, Luto representatives vote on the third day. Governments worldwide are urged to beef up their defense against the coronavirus battle. A story coverage on Myanmar's Pride Award giving ceremony. 22nd respect-paying ceremony of Basic Education High School No. 6 Botahtaung shows harmonious effort. All of that on this edition of Myanmar Today, but now let's take a look at what's happening in local news. State Councillor Aung San Suu Kyi attended an emergency meeting on the 2019 novel coronavirus at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs on Thursday and reiterated that the meeting was to discuss processes and action plans to ease the long-term repercussions of COVID-19 on the citizens of Myanmar. She said WHO has declared COVID-19 a pandemic on 11th of March, and this calls for Myanmar to strengthen and speed up its plans to respond to the virus, which include reducing long-term negative consequences as a result of the virus, increasing effectiveness health regulations to prevent its spread, reducing negative effects on the national economy, other sectors and potential losses, and disseminating health precautions and guidelines to the general public. The meeting also discussed speeding up the administration of prevention and response to the spread of COVID-19 to a certain time period, elevating the status of the Central Committee to better facilitate cooperation between ministries, reassessing government-led public meetings and ceremonies in light of the fact that COVID-19 is spread easily through mass public gatherings, having visitors to certain pagodas be screened for high temperatures, effectively quarantining and monitoring travelers from foreign nations where the virus has a high outbreak upon arriving in Myanmar, ensuring state or regional governments are able to preemptively highlight areas requiring quarantine measures, increasing public participation in health protection processes through the collaboration of the Ministry of Information and Ministry of Health and Sports, having relevant departments monitor for rumors aiming to misinform and agitate the public and countering with authentic news promptly, alleviating repercussions caused by the virus on trade and the national economy, swiftly finding solutions for the state to assist and minimize losses incurred by employers and employees of factories and workshops that have to close down, ensuring Myanmar missions in China are well equipped to aid Myanmar workers in China facing difficulties due to factories closing down, and issuing directives and requests to the public from the Union government concerning COVID-19. Commander-in-Chief of Defense Services Senior General May Aung Hlaing received the delegation led by the chairman of the Japan-Myanmar Friendship Association, Hideo Watanabe, in Naypyidaw on Thursday. According to the Office of the Commander-in-Chief of Defense Services, the officials discussed matters on further promotion of friendship between Japan and Myanmar, Japan's assistance to the internal peace and regional development tasks in Myanmar, and current situations in Myanmar. Union Minister for Education Dr. Myo Thaingji visited the matriculation exam centers at No. 11 Basic Education High School in Molamyain Township, Basic Education High School Gamawat in Mudon, and Basic Education High School of Tampuzayat Township on the second day of the exam for English subject on Thursday. The Union Minister gave instructions to the exam supervisors, assistant supervisors, and other relevant officials to ensure students have a quiet and worry-free environment to take the matriculation exams. The Union Minister said if students sitting for the exam suddenly fall ill, they will help those students systematically. He also instructed them to adhere to their duties and responsibilities so that the matric exams are completed successfully. A total of 909,539 students out of 971,407 students registered at 1,984 local exam centers and 15 foreign centers for matriculation exam set for the exam on the second day. The Ministry of Health and Sports is continuously conducting surveillance on COVID-19 acute respiratory disease at international entry and exit gates in hospital-based and community-based processes and in collaboration with private hospitals. There are 14 quarantined patients under surveillance in respective hospitals between 6 p.m. from 11th of March to 6 p.m. on 12th of March. Their lab samples have been sent to the National Health Laboratory in Yangon. The lab results of 4 of the mentioned patients have shown they do not have COVID-19. The lab results of 8 Myanmar nationals quarantined at South Okalapa Maternal and Child Hospital and a patient at Sri Pantor Community Hospital, Aung Lan Township, Magway Region, showed they do not have COVID-19. 16 quarantined patients are currently under surveillance as of 6 p.m. on 12th of March. As of 12th of March, there are no confirmed cases of COVID-19 in Myanmar, but nonetheless, surveillance activities are actively in progress. COVID-19 is currently spread across neighboring China and 114 countries around the world. WHO recently declared the virus a pandemic, and the general public is advised to closely follow the healthcare guidelines published by the Ministry of Health and Sports. That's all with the local news, and here's the first report on Myanmar Today. Local representatives cast their votes for the amendment of the bills third time on Thursday, where the representatives voted for the amendment of Section 436A and its related section. However, the result was not what the majority of the representatives wanted, since all proposed bills did not receive again for further amendment. But each proposed bill received more than 400 votes out of 633, meaning the majority of elected representatives voted in favor of the amendment. Williamson will tell us more.
The third day of casting their votes on amending the bill continued on 12th of March at Botahtaung meeting. There's a total of 654 representatives at Botahtaung. On 12th of March, 21 representatives were not present at the meeting, with 16 of them on leave from the previous day and 5 of them took leave for that day meeting. Therefore, for the meeting of 12th of March, 633 representatives were present at the meeting for the third casting vote for the bill amendment, which was mostly proposed by NLD representatives. For the third day bill amendment, representatives will cast their votes on Chapter 11 of the Constitution regarding the role of President, Commander-in-Chief of Defense Services in the state of emergency. The whole chapter of 11 is all about who will handle the state emergency. According to the Constitution, the state of emergency will be handled by Commander-in-Chief of Defense Services, but NLD representatives want to remove some portions of the provisions and amend some portions. Chapter 11 of the Section 410 begins saying, if the President learns that, or if the respective local administrative body submits that the administrative functions cannot be carried out in accord with the Constitution in a region or state or a union territory or self-administered area, he may, after coordinating with the National Defense and Security Council, promulgate an ordinance and declare a state of emergency. For the amendment on the third day, the bill amendment included Section 412, 413, 415, 417, 418, and 421, including the subsections. The total bills to be voted for the amendment and removal were 14. Among all the bills, one of the most interested one is Section 436A of Chapter 12, where it says how the Constitution can be amended, and a part of which quotes, if it is necessary to amend the previous Chapter 12 of this Constitution, it shall be amended with the prior approval of more than 75% of all the representatives of Botahtaung, after which, in a nationwide referendum only with the votes of more than a half of those who were eligible to vote. Today's proposed bills amendment are all under Section 436, Section A. If there is any amendment to be made, this is why Section A is seen as the most important one for further amendment of the Constitution. This Section 436A is viewed as the main obstacle in amending other parts of the Constitution. If this Section 436A can be amended, or at least make some changes to it, then amending other bills will not be that difficult. As the results are out, all the 14 proposed bill amendments did not receive a required number of votes from the representatives, and it was declared by the Speaker of Botahtaung that the bills remain intact. The proposed bills included addition of the bill, removal, an amendment, but each bill did not receive the required number of votes, which is 75% of the votes according to the Constitution. This is the third consecutive day of unsuccessful bill amendment voting, and the last day will continue on 13th of March. This is Williamson for MI Radio.
ထောက်ကန်ဆန္ဒမဲ85ရာခိုင်နှုန်းမကျော်တဲ့အတွက်မူလအတိုင်းဖြစ်ကြောင်းကြေညာပါတယ်
That's a report on the Luto representatives voting on the third day. All right, we'll carry on with the next report here on Myanmar Today. UN chief on Wednesday urged world governments to urgently beef up their response to the novel coronavirus. The pandemic has spread across China and abroad, with confirmed cases exceeding 118,000 globally. MI Radio reached out to Zaji Ne-win from China Media Group, CRI Myanmar Department, to better understand China's cooperation with the international community and the update on the outbreak. Akajo has the details.
The World Health Organization (WHO) has labeled the coronavirus outbreak pandemic. UN Chief Antonio Guterres on Wednesday urged the world governments to urgently beef up their response to the novel coronavirus if they are to stand a chance of stemming its spread. Cooperation amongst the countries is of utmost importance to fight off the pandemic, which has spread across China and abroad, with confirmed cases exceeding 118,000 globally. For more on the international cooperation among the countries in the virus fight, Zaji Ne-win from China Media Group of CRI Myanmar Department explained.
လက်ရှိတရုတ်နိုင်ငံရဲ့နိုင်ငံတကာနဲ့ပူးပေါင်းဆောင်ရွက်မှုတွေကိုပြောရမယ်ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်တော့တရုတ်ပြည်ကဒီ COVID-19 ကိုကူးစက်ရောဂါထိန်းချုပ်နေတဲ့တစ်ချိန်တည်းမှာဒီနိုင်ငံတကာနဲ့ပူးပေါင်းဆောင်ရွက်မှုတွေကိုလည်းတွန်းအားပေးနေတာကိုတွေ့ရတယ်။အထူးသဖြင့်ကတော့တရုတ်အစိုးရနဲ့ဒီ WHO ကသုတေသနအဖွဲ့တွေပူးပေါင်းပြီးတော့ပေါ့သုတေသနပြုလုပ်နေတယ်။အကာအကွယ်ဆေးတွေထုတ်လုပ်ဖို့လည်းပူးပေါင်းဆောင်ရွက်နေတာကိုတွေ့ရပါတယ်ရှင်။နောက်ပြီးတော့ဒီတရုတ်နိုင်ငံကအခုဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ကမ္ဘာ့ကျန်းမာရေးအဖွဲ့နောက်ဥရောပသမဂ္ဂတို့နောက်အာဖရိကသမဂ္ဂနောက်ကာရဘီယန်နိုင်ငံအဖွဲ့တွေအာဆီယံအဖွဲ့တွေအပြင်ပေါ့နော်ဒီတောင်ကိုရီးယားတို့အီရန်တို့ဒီကုသယောဂပြင်းထန်တဲ့နိုင်ငံတွေနောက်ပြီးတော့ကျန်းမာရေးစနစ်အားနည်းတဲ့နိုင်ငံတွေနဲ့ဒီကုသယောဂတိုက်ဖျက်ရေးဆိုင်ရာဒီပညာကုလို့ဖလှယ်မှုတွေကိုလည်းတည်ထောင်ထားပြီးလို့လည်းသိရတယ်
The COVID-19 outbreak was first reported in the city of Wuhan, which is central China's Hubei province, in December 2019. Experts have attributed to the outbreak to a novel coronavirus that has since spread across China and abroad, with confirmed cases updated to be exceeding 118,000 globally. In China, 80,980 confirmed cases, with 3,173 deaths were reported and 62,887 recovery cases. Outside of China, 37,373 confirmed cases with over 1,130 deaths were reported. Iran's total number of cases has now reached 9,000. As many as 354 people have died and 2,959 patients have recovered. Italy has expanded its lockdown to the whole country, with all public gatherings cancelled. It is the worst-hit country outside of China, with 631 deaths and over 10,000 infected. The U.S. now has over 1,000 cases and 31 people have died. The Grand Princess cruise ship has docked in Oakland, California, and will disembark roughly 3,500 people.
နောက်ပြီးတော့အီရန်နိုင်ငံကိုလည်းတရုတ်ချက်ချင်းဒီအတင်းကနေပြီးတော့စေတနာဝန်ထမ်းစေအဖွဲ့ကိုဆေးလွတ်ပြီးတော့ဒီကိုဗစ်တိုက်ဖြတ်ရေးမှာပေါ့နော်ထောက်ပံ့ကူညီပေးတယ်ဒီအဖွဲ့တွေကဒီတရုတ်ပြည်ရဲ့ခုခံထိန်းချုပ်ရေးအတွေ့အကြုံဆိုင်ရာအချက်လက်တွေကိုသူတို့ကဘာသာပြန်ပြီးတော့အင်တာနက်ကနေတဆင့်ပေါ့နော်အီရန်ပြည်သူတွေကိုမိတ်ဆက်ပေးနေတယ်ဒီလိုထောက်ပံ့ကူညီမှုတွေကိုလည်းတွေ့ရပါတယ်ရှင်နောက်တရုတ်နိုင်ငံသားရေးဝန်ကြီးဌာနပြောရေးဆိုခွင့်ရှိသူဒီကင်ဆွမ်ကဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ဒီလပေါ့နော်9ရက်နေ့ကသူသတင်းစာရှင်းလင်းပွဲပြုလုပ်တယ်အဲ့ဒီမှာဆိုလို့ရှိရင်တောင်ကိုရီးယားအစိုးရနဲ့ပြည်သူတွေပေါ့နော်ဒီ COVID-19 ကူးစက်ရောဂါကိုတိုက်ဖြတ်ဖို့အတွက်ဆိုပြီးတော့တရုတ်အစိုးရကနေပြီးတော့ N95 နှာခေါင်းစည်းရတဲ့နောက်ဆေးဘက်သုံးနှာခေါင်းစည်းရတသန်းနောက်ဆေးဘက်ကာကွယ်အင်ဂျီရ1000ပေါ့နော်ဒီလိုမျိုးကူးစက်ရောဂါတိုက်ဖျက်ရေးပစ္စည်းတွေကိုကူညီထောက်ပံ့ပေးတဲ့အပြင်ဒီ COVID-19 ကူးစက်ရောဂါဆက်ဆေးဖို့အတွက်ဆိုပြီးတော့ဒီစမ်းသပ်ဆေး 9000ကိုလည်းပံ့ပိုးမယ်လို့ပြောကြတာကိုကျွန်တော်တို့တွေ့ရပါတယ်ရှင်။နောက်ပြီးတော့ဒီဖွံ့ဖြိုးဆဲနိုင်ငံတွေပေါ့နော် COVID-19 မှာရင်ဆိုင်မှုအတွက်ဆိုပြီးတော့ကမ္ဘာ့ကျန်းမာရေးအဖွဲ့ကို American dollar ပေါ့တန်း20လူတန်းမယ်လို့တရုတ်အစိုးရကဆုံးဖြတ်လိုက်တယ်လို့လည်းသိရပါတယ်။နောက်ဒီတရုတ်စေကူတာရေးဝန်ထမ်းတွေနဲ့နိုင်ငံတကာနဲ့ပူးပေါင်းဆောင်ရွက်တဲ့နေရာမှာတရုတ်စေကူတာရေးဝန်ထမ်းတွေနဲ့နိုင်ငံတကာနဲ့ပေါ့ပူးပေါင်းဖလှယ်တာကိုလည်းတွေ့ရတယ်။အဲ့ဒါကတော့ဒီနယူးယောက်တို့အီတလီတို့ကဆရာဝန်တွေနဲ့တရုတ်နိုင်ငံကဆရာဝန်စေကူတာရေး COVID-19 အတွေ့အကြုံရှိတဲ့ပေါ့နော်ကုသရေးမှာအတွေ့အကြုံရှိတဲ့ဆရာဝန်တွေကဗီဒီယိုကောအစီအစဉ်တွေပေါ့ဗီဒီယိုနဲ့ခေါ်ပြီးတော့အတွေ့အကြုံတွေအချက်လက်တွေမျှဝေတာကိုလည်းကျမတို့တွေ့ရပါတယ်
Things are even more confusing across the Atlantic as the US authority is downplaying the harm of the COVID-19 in order to stabilize the economy, triggering widespread public objection. However, the Director General of the WHO stressed that proliferation can be slowed down as long as immediate and decisive actions are taken. This is Agajo reporting for Myanmar International Radio.
That's a report on governments worldwide are being urged to beef up their defense against the coronavirus battle. Let's have a look at the currency rates now from Myanmar Central Bank and the Stock Exchange. $1 is at 1,398 kyats. 1 Chinese renminbi is at 200 kyats. 1 euro is at 1,576 kyats. 1 pound sterling is at 1,786 kyats. 1 Singapore dollar is at 997 kyats. 1 Malaysian ringgit is at 328 kyats. 1 Thai baht is at 44 kyats and the Indian rupee is at 18 kyats. Gold is trading at $1,563. Silver is at $15. And Brent crude oil is at $30. On the Yangon Stock Exchange, FMI is at 11,500. MTSH dropped 50 and it's at 3,850. MCB is at 8,200. FPP dropped 500 and it's at 22,500. TMH is at 2,850. Stay with us as we bring you more reports on Myanmar Today. The second time Myanmar's Pride Award-giving ceremony was held in Yangon to recognize talented people who present Myanmar to the world, making Myanmar known to the world. 9 different awards were given to the people who have excelled in their respective fields, along with 1 lifetime achievement. Williamson will tell us more.
Myanmar's Pride Award is the recognition of the people born in Myanmar or the Myanmar descent who represent Myanmar, presenting Myanmar proudly to the world through their talents and success. This prize is given in recognition of their success, and at the same time, this is also the message that those people who deserve to be honored for their contribution in different fields will be honored. Giving Myanmar's Pride Award will also help other people inspire in their works and make Myanmar known to the world. The second Myanmar's Pride Award giving ceremony was held on 5th of March at Lotte Hotel in Yangon, attended by U Phyo Min Ding, Chief Minister for Yangon Region, and several other well-known business persons and people from film industry, social influencers, social workers, and other sectors as well. For this year, a total of 9 different awards were given. These include the awards in sports, arts and photography, social work, business, vogue, glamour, music, films, and award for the best in trend. Besides these 9 different awards, the award for lifetime achievement was also given as well. Speaking at award-giving ceremony, Dr. Aung Train Tet, an economist who is also a member of Board of Governance for Myanmar's Pride Award, said that as this event is to acknowledge and recognize talented people in our nation, we need to understand why we need to give this award. But our main goal is to make Myanmar known to the world. By acknowledging talented, innovative, excellent entrepreneurs in our nation under the motto of Born in Myanmar, respected by the world. However, the present situation of our nation is not very good. We are in the time of very sensitive period, different views and different concepts. There are people who don't understand the challenges our country faces. We don't get acknowledged for what we have achieved so far. Therefore, I see this award-giving ceremony as the event which acknowledges what we have achieved and reshape our fate. As there's a brand for every product, there's also a brand for the country. Therefore, we need to reshape our nation's brand. It has to be improved. Therefore, I believe this MPA is a part of the whole process in branding the nation. U Phyo Min Thein, Chief Minister of Yangon Region, also spoke at the event and said that though there are many people who have sacrificed their interests but who work for the people, whereas there's a very little acknowledgement given to those people. Speaking at the event, U Phyo Min Thein said,
We must acknowledge the people who have sacrificed so much for our nation in different areas. By holding the event like this for many years to come, let us honor the people who deserve to honor and acknowledge them and inspire the younger generation to work hard for the people.
The 9 awardees who received the awards in the fields are Botahtaung, a badminton player, received the award for the best in sport, Handi for glamour, Kwani for arts and photography, Nini Kinzo for music, Dr. Tamin Twat for social work, Memya Wasu for watch, Dr. Lawin for business, Nedo for films, Women Dan for trend. The Lifetime Achievement Award was given to Sidhu Bogle Deang. Dr. Lawin is award winner for the best in business and speaking to MI Radio on how she felt being acknowledged by the people for her contribution in an effort to transform education in Myanmar with the help of technology. She said,
Well, I'm very thrilled to be awarded, not only because I won the award, but it is a support to help accelerate Myanmar education reform process with the digital innovations. So it's an award that goes to not only to me and 368, but also the parents, teachers, and those who want to shape Myanmar education reform with the digital innovation. So this award goes all out to you. Yes.
This is Ulinson for MI Radio.
That's a report on Myanmar's Pride Award giving ceremony. Well, let's check out the last report before we move on to international news. The 22nd respect-paying ceremony of Basic Education High School No. 6 Botahtaung, formerly known as St. Paul's High School in Yangon Region, was held on a grand scale on its compound on 2nd of March. Altogether, 192 teachers who had received a retirement pension after providing teaching service for 3 consecutive years were among those who were involved in the respect-paying ceremony. Pyo Tiritu and Zoeman report.
The 22nd respect-paying ceremony of Basic Education High School No. 6, Botahtaung, formerly known as St. Paul High School in Yangon Region, was held on a grand scale on its compound on 2nd March. Altogether, 192 teachers who had received a retirement pension after providing teaching services for 3 consecutive years were among those were involved in the respect-paying ceremony. The old student who pursued education from 1983 to 2016 academic years celebrated the respect-paying ceremony through collaborative efforts. Uma Maumye, an old student from St. Paul High School, said,
I started attending this school from 1960. If I say about the emergence of the respect-paying ceremony, one of our senior students came to say to our headmaster in 1979. At the time, it was then headmaster Botahtaung. The headmaster told that some parts of the school were in ruin. It had better repair the school. Sia Botahtaung joined Sia Upeten, and I was also called. Then a sort of thinking appeared in my mind. It was not easy to ensure the old students to come together in a single place. We decided to hold the first respect-paying ceremony by the old students. At the beginning, there were 4 to 6 persons. Like pamphlets were distributed every week and 50 old students came together while in several meetings. The respect-paying ceremony was held for the first time on November 2nd in 1979. It is an origin of the respect-paying ceremony. the old students of St. Paul High School have held the respect-paying ceremony for 4 decades. The youths of BEHS number 6 Botahtaung have held the respect-paying ceremony for 22 years. St. Paul old students or BEHS number 6 Botahtaung students, whoever they are, all are the same ones.
During the respect-paying ceremony, cash and kinds were donated to all senior teachers. Regarding the respect-paying ceremony, the all students representing respective academic years spoke of words of delight. Dola Myanwe, retired Myanmar subject teacher, said,
I always remember words of advice that the old teachers have given to us. The students are saying that they always remember the old senior teachers. Such kind of event is not seen many in the universities. The scene of the teachers admonishing the students is not seen in the universities. The teachers from the university seldom tell the students to study lessons. The teachers admonish the students like their children with passion, so we come to better understand and remember more. The teachers care the students like their own children. Good discipline leads to the development of the state.
The teachers are our benefactor. According to the traditions of Buddhist Myanmar people, the respect-paying ceremony is held on 2nd March, which follows Peasant Day. At night, fanfare and dinner were held on the same day. We plan to hold the respect-paying ceremony for the teachers who provide teaching service for 5 consecutive years in the next year. Go Kang Tasso, an old student from 2013 to 14 academic year, said,
All the teachers are like our parents. We had bad memories in our childhood. I had to come to the office of the school for several times. I feel very happy to see all my old teachers. All the teachers are like our parents. Although some teachers get old, they recognize their students as soon as they see the faces. The respect-paying ceremony gives us warmth and delight.
I am Jyoti Ritu. This is news reporting from MI Radio.
That's a report on the 22nd respect-paying ceremony of Basic Education High School number 6 Botahtaung. But that's all we have for today's reports. Let's move on to international news here on Myanmar Today. What is a pandemic? A pandemic is an occurrence of a disease that affects many people over a very wide area. And people have been asking the question of, is coronavirus a pandemic? Yes, there are now more than 118,000 cases in 114 countries, and more than 4,200 people have lost their lives. WHO has therefore made the assessment that COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic. Let's take a look at this video and find out more. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's wife, Sophie Gregoire Trudeau, has tested positive for COVID-19, and Trudeau will remain in isolation for 14 days, according to the Prime Minister's office. A statement on Thursday said following medical recommendations, Sophie Gregoire Trudeau was tested for COVID-19. The test came back positive. Also, following medical advice, she will remain in isolation for the time being. She is feeling well, is taking all the recommended precautions, and her symptoms remain mild. Justin Trudeau began self-isolating after his wife began exhibiting flu-like symptoms after returning from a speaking engagement in the UK. Gregoire Trudeau spoke at the WE UK Day conference in London on 4th of March, according to the organization's website. According to a statement from the Prime Minister's office, she immediately sought medical advice after developing the symptoms and a low fever late Wednesday. In other news, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea leader Kim Jong-un has made his second public appearance this week to oversee military drills, despite concerns about the possible spread of the coronavirus. Official KCNA news agency said on Friday Kim guided the spot drills on Thursday, which included a firing competition by artillery units to evaluate their combat readiness. The DPRK has not confirmed any cases of the coronavirus but has stepped up border checks and imposed quarantine measures. Photographs published by KCNA showed Kim watching the artillery drills without any protective gear, unlike all the aides accompanying him who were wearing identical black masks. Kim similarly avoided wearing any kind of protection when he watched missile tests last week and on Monday. Those tests were the first by DPRK in 3 months. And that's all we have for today. Thanks for joining me on Myanmar Today. I'm Henry Zin. Have a great weekend, everyone, and remember to wash your hands. I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.